Welcome to Time to Talk once again, and thank you for joining us. Today we are featuring Paul Daliso from Kenya. Paul Daliso is a speaker, a coach, and a leader. He's a phenomenal leader. He is able to inspire change in all spheres in which he engages. Daliso has a passion for mentorship. Let's listen to what he has to tell us, and if you listen properly or attentively, I guess you might have a lot to take in that will improve your living. Thank you. Paul Daliso, you are welcome to the program Time to Talk.
Thank you.
There is always a story how people become what they become. Just tell us a little bit how you become a motivational speaker and you want to enhance the people's life by giving them real hope and the possibility of how things could get better about life.
Wow. I think I love motivational speaking because one, we have a lot of negative energy in the world, and many people are very discouraged and they have a lot of potential, and if only they would find one person to tell them you can make it, a pat of the back, then you can change the world the way it is today.
Did you see Kenyan people to be negative people, that they actually need a motivational speaker and made you a motivational speaker, sir?
Well, I beg to differ. It will depend with how you look at life. Kenyans are very positive, depend on the topic they are in. In terms of in the political journey, many people during the political elections are very negative ethnicity and issues about that. But when it comes to sports, when we're celebrating our athletes, all of us are one. We are positive.
So how did you get into being a motivational speaker? Can you tell us your own story?
My personal story began way back after high school. After high school, as all of us know, we usually have a dream. This is a dream. I like to be a pilot, I like to be a doctor. But once the results come out, and they're contrary to your expectations, you're like, now what will I do? The reality is, you cannot be the doctor that you wanted to be. You can be the pilot I wanted to. So what do? So I sat down and thought, what can I do that can make a difference in somebody's life? So what can I do that I can fail at?
I like that. What can I do that I cannot fail at? That is the only way you can excel in life. Doing the things you can do that you cannot fail at. Thank you very much for that.
What can I do? Even if I wake up in the morning, I do it daily. I'll be a star one day.
How were you able to manage through? How were you able to nurture this attitude of becoming a motivational speaker through the passage of time? How were you able to get over not being able to be the doctor or the pilot you ever wish or desire to be? How did you receive that result that couldn't make you a doctor or a lawyer, and now you are a successful motivational speaker? So how did you journey into this present life of yours?
What I did, first of all, I was able to pray, and those are moments that people are very discouraged in their lives. Your parents are expecting you to perform really good, and you disappoint that they've invested a lot of money, and your father is there, is like, what do you want to do? Now your life is in your hands, decide what you want to do. And at that point in time, I decided, you know what? I don't have to follow everybody's journey. I've been trying to live everybody's journey, my dad's journey, that superstar's journey. But what can I really do to make an impact in my life? And then when I went down, I discovered, when I was in high school, several things like being a spokesman for the students could come easily for me. So I decided, you know what? I can make money through this. I can speak to people. So in the estates, I could go to the estates where they have a committee or baraza who will speak for us. I could stand up and speak for them. Who would represent us? I could present them. And through that, they discovered when they want to speak something, probably articulate something in English, they would call me to speak about that. So with that, I realized I could generate money from this. Yes. And not only money, but I could impact many people who are so discouraged and so hopeless in life.
Okay, tell us about this in the real life situation, because your parents were expecting you to become doctor or a lawyer or whatever. Never expected you to be an encourager. They never expected you to be a motivational speaker. So now, how are they accepting you? How are they welcoming your new idea of becoming a motivational speaker? How did they see that this? How did they see, or how have they seen that you or your being a motivational speaker will put food on your table like they wanted for you? So how were you able to pass through that difficult time to make your parents accept your personal decision on your personal life? How did you pack that dark moment, that dark zone?
That dark zone, one thing, I was able to read so many books. I was able to buy tapes and to learn stories of people who were so badly off than I was at that particular point in time. And if they made it, I could make it. So I decided, what can I really do to make an impact? So I sat down. Actually, I bought a small tape.
A tape recorder you bought?
Yeah, so that really encouraged me a lot. And then many people, most of my friends told me, you can make it. And my mom told me, you know what? Do whatever you can do. As long as you can be successful, put money on the table, that's good for you. It's not the end of the world. You can make a difference. If you find this what you want to do, go in it 100%. The challenge you have, many people, they're trying 20% here, 10% here, 30% here. I told them, if you can do one thing 100%, give it your all.
What do you think is responsible for people trying to do 20% here, 20% there, 20% the other way, 20% behind, and not putting the 100% on one thing? What do you think is responsible for this? Jack of all trade, master of none.
I think my view is like we're greedy.
This type of greediness, is it only in Kenya you think it is happening, or is a global issue that we want to handle everything, we want to own everything, we want to be part of everything, we want to do everything, we want to put our feet everywhere? Is it a global phenomenon, or is only a Kenya phenomenon?
Well, I would say most of the time, I would say, depending with the education system, we wait for four. We were taught so many things. There's no specialization. If you go to the West, most of the countries in the West, if you do probably like a degree program, if you know yours is marketing, you begin marketing from first year until your master's level. If the education system can be reinvented, and this is your focus, you discover these are my strengths, this is what I can focus on, and invest the rest of my life in this particular line, then I can be expert.
We will come back to African education system next time, because African educational system is another topic for another day. As a motivational speaker, how do you think you can get ourselves lined up for greatness? How do you think you can get ourselves ready for greatness, to have that enthusiasm to do what is right?
I think the first thing we need to start, we need to understand whereby we expect to make a difference. Yes, first of all, to sit down and re-evaluate, reconsider the ways which you are. Do you want to be a happy person? Do you want to have more profit? Do you want to have probably a degree or a certificate? Do you want to have more profit in your company? Have that picture in mind before, because if you don't know where you're going, then you can any destination.
I think there is a need for a to-do list. To-do list is a situation whereby you list out the things you need to do in a week or in a month or in a year or on a daily basis. So what do you think, how important is this in this whole issue of becoming great or becoming more resourceful as a human being? I mean, what do we really need to do to get ourselves on that level of getting to the next level?
I think most of the time, look at it from a very different perspective. Most of the time, many people have a to-do list. 1, 2, 3. This is what we do today. But many people don't have not to-do list. Yes. So they have so much they want to do, and they don't have sufficient time to concentrate on those particular things. And yet, there are several things they can stop doing so that they may have more productivity in whatever endeavor they're working every day. So every day what I do, the previous day at night, I plan my day. I say in the morning I wake up, I'll pray, I'll read probably a book, a chapter, and then from there I plan my meetings. Who are the most important people that I need to meet today? I plan. So I tell them, I understand three things. I usually say maybe 3 T's. The first T, what is the time that I'm most productive? I'm a morning person. I wake up at 4. So at 4 I make sure I prepare myself. I pray. I read a book, a Bible, something just to motivate me to be very positive. Then from there, I make sure I eliminate all the obstacles.
What could be those obstacles you eliminate?
Some of the obstacles could be the traffic. Just decide to wake up early to be the traffic. Some of the obstacles could be, instead of not preparing, by not preparing, you'll be like calling people, why didn't you do this, why didn't you do that? You're able now to work through the day by removing such kind of obstacles. Like so many people could be caught up in traffic. Then you have probably a slight accident. It misses the entire day. But you wake up in the morning, you do so many things, you arrive in the office very early. Some of the things that you could have experienced are already cut off, the noise that is already there. So understand, number 1, what is your most productive time? Yes. Number 2, what are the tools that can use? So the second T, I would say, is a tool. The tool could be like technology. I would say, how can I use my phone very well? Instead of going to the office, trying to answer a mail, you can answer your mail on phone. You can take photos on phone. So many things. The smartphone, it has revolutionized our communication. Thirdly, decide what is a team that I can work with. So the entire day I already know I have a particular team, several people. If I need something to happen, I'll call this particular person and they'll execute that particular thing. So by the end of the day, I'll be very productive.
This is about spirituality now. You talked about prayers. What has prayer got to do with this whole issue, sir?
I believe one thing. The Creator gave us an ability to connect with Him. And most of the time, if you don't connect with God, whether you're a Muslim, whether you're a Hindu, whichever you subscribe to, one of the things you need to understand is like you need some divine help from above to help you understand. If you don't have that knowledge, for somebody to help you, there's a power, there's so many things I need to face for the day. But without the power of that divine power, I cannot go so far. Without Him, I can do nothing. So I need to acknowledge, how can I have support beyond my capacity? That's my backup. As I go outside, I can do, there's several things I can do as a human being. But there are things I cannot do and I cannot foresee. But Him will help me navigate through that. He will guide me. These days people say technology, I'm going somewhere, I can use my Google map to trace where I need to go. But God understands where we need to go, and He will direct your steps wherever you go. So for me, it's very important for us to have that divine anchor. Where can we hold on? How can I connect with that power that is beyond me, beyond my knowledge, beyond my capacity, beyond my degrees, beyond my so many things.
Talking about visions and goals, trying to get to the top or try to be successful, there are things we don't like to do during this passage of during this journey, during this process. There are things that we don't like to do but we need to do, things that are unpleasant for us to do during our process to progress.
I think for me it's just to realize all of us have strengths and weaknesses. When I mentor, I do mentor a couple of people. When I'm not coaching, I tell them, don't focus on your weaknesses, build your strengths, because if you build on your strengths, you'll be excellent.
What do you think about weakness and the strength? Do we have to strengthen our weakness or we have to manage our weakness? and strengthen our strength. What do you think about this?
My opinion, my perspective, you should not strengthen your weakness, you should manage them. Because you try to strengthen them, the best you can be is average. So the best thing is to manage your weaknesses and strengthen your strengths. If you become excellent, you cannot excel in everything. Get to know, we as Kenyans, we understand we are good at long distance races. You cannot say, now let us strengthen the 100 meters. If I'm not good in maths and I'm good in English, why should I really struggle trying to an area that I won't be able to write very well? Very typical example, if I'm a right-handed person, to write with the right hand and invest in it, it will be more productive for me in my energy. If I try to use the left hand, I will really struggle. I can still do it, I can still write something, but I won't be as effective as I would do if I do with my right hand.
Wow.
So my first reaction would be, how do I power my strengths? Then how can I manage my weaknesses? Because understand, all of us have strengths and we have weaknesses.
Thank you very much, Paul, for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.